You are an exotic and grotesque predator displayed in the film we have explored in detail, aptly describing the predators as exotic and grotesque creatures from this distant planet. They are the best hunters ever filmed or written, making them classic monsters not only because of their appearance and thirst for killing, but also due to the code of honor and strict social rules they adhere to. The predators belong to a species called Yautja from a planet named Yaucha Prime. We humans simplify their name and call them predators based on the actions they take on their planet. They are born as teenagers who grow into unblooded, and then through rigorous training in hunting become young blood. The young blood then embarks on a hunting journey where he must kill a xenomorph and mark its head with the acidic blood of the xenomorph. This ritualistic hunt transforms young blood into adult or blooded Yautja. Blooded Yautja can then become elite and elder like all societies. Yautja are haunted by criminals and outlaws. Those who violate the code of honor are deemed bad blood. Let's explore and take a closer look at the 22 Yautja that grace our screen. So grab your combi stick and wrist blades because this will be as exciting as the hunt. Before we continue the explanation, we have a small request. If you enjoy our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. It's a small click for you, but it means a lot to us. Thank you. Let's get started. Scar comes with his brothers Chopper and Celtic to Earth to gain blooded Yautja status by killing xenomorphs. Scar arrives at his pod, after which he heads to Razorback Point. The whale catching station in Antarctica is where it stores ancient Yaucha pyramids and will now be used as a hunting ground for these young men. Upon arrival, Scar encounters several men who are part of Charles Whalen's company and kills them mercilessly. Scar also eliminates Rust and Quinn, the leader of the drilling team inside the pyramid. The Yautja realize that humans have stolen their plasma rifles. Scar, Chopper, and Celtic spread out to hunt them down and reclaim their weapons. Scar ambushes and kills 2 base men on the rocks. He then finds 3 more people, including Wayland. Initially, he spares Wayland due to the cancer he suffers from, but when the latter attacks him with an improvised flamethrower, Scar shows no mercy and stabs Wayland with his wrist blade. Afterward, Scar chases Sebastian and Lex, but encounters a facehugger inside the xenomorph drone. He killed both of them and removed his helmet to dirty himself with xenomorph blood. But before he could put it back on, another facehugger impregnated him when Scar returned from the facehugger attack. He chased Lex to retrieve her weapon, and they started to cooperate. Scar even tinkered with his xenomorph drone and transformed parts of its body into a spear and emergency shield for Lex to use. Together they fought a group of aliens led by the Alpha Grid. After successfully defeating them, Scar and Lex found the xenomorph queen and her nest. Inside the nest, Scar activated the self-destruct mechanism and left him there, but before leaving, he didn't hesitate to snap the neck of the chestbuster. After the nest was destroyed, the Antarctic Queen emerged from the rubble and ice to take revenge. Scar and Lex managed to drown her into the frozen hell of the cold ocean. But not before he stabbed Scar and fatally wounded him after his death. The Yautja mothership appeared to honorably retrieve Scar's body. However, upon arriving on the ship, a Predalien chestburster emerged and then began causing chaos alongside many other xenomorphs in the city of Gunnison. Interestingly, he was one of the few predators with a sense of humor. Chopper, as previously mentioned, came to Earth with Celtic and Scar to be initiated as a blooded Yautja by killing xenomorphs and marking himself with their blood. He is older than Scar and younger than Celtic. After discovering that their weapons were lost, Chopper and his brothers pursued the humans. Chopper was preparing to kill Lex, but Grid attacked him from behind. Grid then stabbed Chopper and lifted him into the air before biting his head off. Unlike Scar and Celtic, Chopper saved the risk, but this risk. They do not care and are countless while Scar uses his cleverness and calmness, and Celtic uses the brute strength of his large body. Chopper is the only one with extensive expertise in scimitar weapons, but he always craves Celtic's approval, which leads to his brutal death at the figurative hands of Grid. He wears 2 skulls on his back, perhaps as a symbol of the self-erasing nature of humanity that makes him conspicuously obsessed. He has the weakest body armor of them all, but you would be surprised to know that the bodysuits of Scar, Chopper, and Celtic are all made from the same mold. He is also unique because he never uses a plasma transmitter, instead choosing to use semi-accelerated Celtic. Celtic is the oldest of the 3 siblings who came to Earth. In Aliens vs. Predator, he is naturally relatively large and uses his brute strength to fight. His enemies, Celtic, helped his brother kill all the drilling staff and mercenaries during this bloody massacre. He confronted Quinn and engaged him in close combat. Of course, Quinn was far from a match for the giant predator, and he sent Quinn to an access tunnel where Scar finished them off. After this, Celtic's next victim was Stafford, whom he caught with his net gun and then stabbed with his combination staff. Sebastian wanted to show some heroism to Celtic and attacked him. only to meet a similar fate when Celtic strangled his neck to kill him. When Celtic saw his younger brother attacked by a xenomorph grid drone, he attacked it in a long and bloody fight. Celtic managed to temporarily subdue the alien with his net gun. However, Grid managed to free itself and bit off the head of the former. This large and aggressive predator uses its big body and brutal strength to fight in battles with all its might and without restraint. Its aggression often backfires on itself. Its selfish nature and temperament are what led to its demise because it did not think through its plans when trying to take revenge on Chopper by attacking Grid. Even when it had the chance to kill Grid, it was arrogant enough to enjoy the kill, giving Grid time to defeat it. Again, it has the highest number of kills in the movie, but that doesn't mean it can be called an experienced predator. In the end, it fails to get blood. Interestingly, in the movie, it never attacks anyone who does not attack or threaten it first. In this regard, it follows the Yautja code of honor and adheres to it until its death. Older predators are the hunting supervisors followed by Scar, Chopper, and Celtic at Razorback Point. The whale-killing station in Antarctica, as you already know, is the elders who guide the young Yautja and lead them into a ritual hunt. The old predator from the 2004 film AVP leads the mothership that brings the young blood to Earth. As usual, he oversees the whole hunt without interference and waits for the outcome of the victors on his ship. If you remember, Scar defeated the Xenomorph Queen with Lex's help, but he ultimately succumbed to the injuries he received from the Queen. After this event, the old predator comes with others of his kind and retrieves Scar's body to take back to the mothership as a sign of respect and appreciation for the bravery Lex has just shown. He gives her Scar's combi stick and then departs to his ship, aside from using traditional Yautja weapons. He also wears a wolf cloak. He is an experienced hunter and an elite Yautja. As an elite, his duty is to hunt the bad blood predators and predalians. He was sent to Gunnison, Colorado when Scar became a predalian and started causing chaos there. A sign of his skills and achievements is the burned upper jaw on the right side of his body. In Aliens vs. Predator, Scar's body was taken to the mothership by an elder predator from Earth, but unbeknownst to him, Scar had been infected with an egg that burst from his body when he was on the ship. The resulting predalien caused chaos and slaughtered the crew members of the mothership safely, but the scout ship made an emergency landing in a small town, Gunnison in Colorado, before sending a distress signal. Wolf came from Yaucha Prime to Gunnison and found a crashed ship and the dead crew members. That all of this was the work of a predalien, and pursuing it is common for the Yautja society to use more advanced and lethal weapons when someone rises in rank. So when Wolf is an elite Yautja, he has various weapons at his disposal, such as wrist blades, shurikens, a pair of powered gauntlets, an additional plasma caster, a dissolving liquid capable of destroying biomass, and, of course, the infamous self-destruct device. He goes on a mission to eliminate all traces of Yautja existence on Earth. A facehugger has impregnated 2 cops named Buddy and Sam. While Wolf is dissolving their bodies, he encounters Deputy Ray Wolf, chasing and capturing him before skinning his body near a tree. Wolf is a tactical Yautja. He sets laser net traps for facehuggers and captures them. He kills 2 of them, but Scar the predalien attacks him with its tail. This causes Wolf to miss his target, and the resulting explosion brings down most of the disposal systems and creates a hole in the chaotic surface street, giving the xenomorph a chance to escape. However, Wolf uses his punch gloves to attack the debris and chase them. He pursues one xenomorph to the power plant and tries to kill it with his plasma caster, but the electromagnetic interference from the plant causes him to miss again, and the resulting damage creates a blackout across the city. It is at that moment that the authorities become aware of the situation. Once again, the xenomorph gets a chance to escape, but Wolf's unwavering spirit helps him track another one to the local school pool. This time he does not miss. He uses a man named Dallas Howard as bait to lure 5 xenomorphs. Although Howard managed to escape, the bait worked and Wolf killed the 5 cunning aliens. However, the battle damaged one of his plasma casters, so he combined this plasma caster with another plasma caster and transformed it into a very cool temporary plasma pistol. Eventually, Wolf reached the city hospital where he learned that the xenomorph was trying to create a nest. He then went to the rooftop and fought the Scar predalien in a hand-to-hand combat because he had lost his weapons. It was clear that Wolf was no match for the combined strength of the xenomorph and predator. In a very bold move, he removed all of his gear and helmet and once again attacked the Scar predalien, tearing its inner jaw and stabbing its head with his wrist blade. But the predalien stabbed its tail into his body, causing tension between these 2 great creatures. However, the U.S. government sent Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor planes loaded with nuclear weapons, marking the end of Wolf and Scar predalien. Bull is a Yautja on the scout ship carrying Scar's body. As we know, Scar had been infected with an embryo egg and when the grotesque figure emerged as Predalien, it killed Bull along with the rest of the Yautja crew. Bull was observing a holographic image of another planet when he heard his brother's screams. Upon reaching the location, he witnessed the Predalien and its killings. He activated the Xenovision on his helmet and attempted to kill the Predalien with a plasma caster but missed the target, causing an explosion that created a hole in the ship, forcing it to make an emergency landing on Earth in Gunnison, Colorado. He also witnessed facehuggers on the scout ship and was quick enough to send a distress signal. However, the Predalien bites the head of the bull, and the distress signal is then received by Wolf, who comes to Earth to stop the Predalien and the xenomorph infestation. The rogue predator is a naughty predator who wants to give humanity a weapon called the Yautja Killer in their struggle against the main hunter. He is a hybrid between a human and a Yautja and was captured as part of the Stargazer project. After being captured, Quinn McKenna steals a lot of his technology. He manages to escape and then goes to look for the missing technology parts. The rogue predator's spaceship is attacked by a predator mothership. To escape, he opens a wormhole that transports him to Earth's orbit and makes an emergency landing in a Mexican jungle. This whole episode takes place close to Quinn McKenna and his team. McKenna is sent to Mexico to handle a hostage situation, but when he stumbles upon this otherworldly accident, he took back the Yautja wrist gauntlet and bio helmet. Then the predator appeared above the trees, but mostly remained invisible due to its cloak. The fugitive then killed one of McKenna's team members, but McKenna inadvertently shot the fugitive using his own wrist gauntlet and brought him down. Interestingly, the cloaking device was also in the wrist gauntlet that McKenna sent home to the US for me. You set it to this address where his son, Rory, found the package. Meanwhile, the fugitive predator was taken hostage and experimented on, and the results revealed that he had human DNA. This specimen had human DNA. However, a ship that attacked his ship arrived on Earth and brought a deadly predator known as the Upgrade Predator. When the fugitive regained consciousness, he managed to escape from his captors and killed many scientists and soldiers before finding. During his journey to the weapons warehouse, interestingly, the fugitive knew how to use human weapons, a trait that is very rare among predators. He ultimately managed to reach Rory's school and take down the boy and his father, but there he encountered the Enhanced Predator, his arch-nemesis. It is revealed that the fugitive predator is on Earth to help humanity defend itself against an invasion by a rebellious faction of predators. While examining his escape capsule, a technology emerged from it and attached itself to someone nearby, completely wrapping them in Yautja weapons and armor. The Enhanced Predator, referred to as the Ultimate Predator, as previously discussed, is the arch-nemesis of the fugitive predator. He is the result of significant hybridization. His DNA was created by separating DNA from various beings from different worlds, while his base DNA comes from Predator. This gives him greater strength and abilities. He is faster, taller, and stronger than regular predators and can alter his body biomass to create an outer shield, possibly a feature he acquired from creatures from another world. Additionally, he does not require a biohelmet for his thermal vision, which indicates that he either has implants or is naturally capable of performing extremely dangerous actions. His bulletproof outer shell has the potential to deflect incoming bullets in various directions and can even shatter wrist blades. Furthermore, he is capable of communicating in English with humans. He was sent to Earth to kill rogue predators and succeeded in his mission when he destroyed the rogue's head with one blow before ripping its head and spine from its body. A horrifying sight. As a young Yautja Berserker, he is the youngest to achieve young blood status and then blooded status. He is a spender and has the highest number of kills that helps him rise faster in the ranks of the Yautja and eventually become the clan leader. However, he later left his clan to form his own clan that opposed the Forest Hunter tribe. This horrifying tribe of killers included other super predators like the Falconer and Tracker. They started a new hunt on the Game Preserve planet, an area where predators abduct individuals from various species and hunt them for sport. The horrifying killer uses several tactics to get close to his prey. For example, he uses an injured man as bait to get his friends to help him, but the men and women realize it's a trap and shoot him with his sniper rifle while he keeps talking. Then, the horrifying killer utilizes his plasma caster to destroy a man's M134 machine gun. In one scene, a number of grenades explode, knocking the monstrous killer flying, but they don't actually hurt him. Also, shooting bullets from a sniper rifle only seems to make him angry. Of course, no power can harm this great monster. So a human named Royce lit a fire circle to cut off the Berserker's heat vision. Royce then took advantage of this opportunity to stab the Berserker several times with his axe, ultimately decapitating the Super Predator, also known as Mr. Black or Super Black Falconer. He is a young Super Predator with a great passion and talent for technology and engineering. It is clear that all predators use gadgets, but his appearance seems somewhat tribal with spears and staves. Falconer, on the other hand, does not believe in these seemingly primitive technological devices. Instead, he designs himself falcon-like devices that can track their prey from the air, creating a new hunting style that fully depends on stalking the target. He and his brother are part of the Berserker clan and hunt individuals on the game reserve planet. When humans came to the hunting camp where the Yautjas kept their hunting trophies, they were brutally attacked by the Yautjas. The humans fled from the place, but the Falconer sent his drone to locate those who had fallen into the river after losing one of his brothers in a confrontation with the humans. The Falconer was very angry and continued to pursue. However, one man named Hanzo decided to confront the super hunter alone and stopped fleeing. After an exciting and action-packed battle, Hanzo managed to fatally wound the Falconer and kill him. However, the injuries Hanzo sustained during the battle led to his death. What took you so long? Tracker is one of the super hunters who sets the game season on the game reserve planet. He is clearly more skilled and strong compared to his brother, the Falconer, who is skilled in technology. Once the Falconer finds a group of humans, the Tracker orders his hellhounds to attack the humans. Hellhounds are pets similar to the ankylosaurus owned by Yautjas, but they also appear to be a mix between dogs and reptiles, much like hunting dogs. Hellhounds track prey, but do not kill them. The Tracker is responsible for the death of Mombasa. Then he pursues humans who flee, but fails to inflict substantial damage. He then kills Nolan using his plasma caster. After a man named Nikolai saves one of Tracker's prey, Tracker becomes angry and shoots Nikolai with his plasma caster, taunting him as he crawls. However, Nikolai pulls out his claymore mine and activates it, and the resulting explosion kills them both. The Tracker is essentially a loner who prefers to spend time with his alien dogs, training them in hunting and tracking skills. As a hunter, he was extremely powerful, turning all his biological, technological, and evolutionary advantages as a predator to finding and killing his prey. Despite this, his death was the first among the super predators in 2010. The film Predator, however, his skills as a hunter are not forgotten because he is featured in the Dark Horse Predator comic in 2010 Predator, A Predatory Life, and also in the video game Predator's Jungle Hunter. Jungle Hunter arrived on Earth shortly before 1987 and began hunting worthy prey in the Guatemalan jungle. He usually arrives during the hot summer months and makes trophies from men. This earned him the nickname El Diablo. In 1987, CIA agent Al Dillon led a rescue mission, but his men were skinned, processed, and hung from trees. After this incident, he sought the help of Dutch Schaefer to complete the mission. The first victim of Jungle Hunter was Hawkins, who was chasing a dissident named Anna who was trying to escape. Hawkins suffered a fate similar to Dillon's men. Jungle Hunter proved to be a skilled hunter who only attacked when his prey was isolated from the others. The next victim is Blaine, who was shot by a plasma caster, causing a large, transparent hole in his chest. However, Blaine's body was successfully retrieved by his team, and the Jungle Hunter did not get a trophy, so he infiltrated the team at midnight to take it. Blaine's friend is missing. He then injures Poncho and later kills Dillon with a wrist blade. One by one, the Jungle Hunter kills everyone in the crew. Dutch survives because he unknowingly protects himself from the Predator's heat vision by covering himself with mud. Dutch wants to avenge the deaths of his colleagues and his old friend Dillon, so he sets up a well-protected, fully armed location for the Predator and invites him to fight again by shouting and lighting a fire as a signal. The Jungle Hunter is a beast that plays by the rules when he sees that Dutch is a genuine and tough fighter. The Predator discarded its weapons and engaged in hand-to-hand combat, but even without weapons, Dutch was unmatched against the giant, fearsome creature. In the end, one of Dutch's traps defeated the Predator, but even as it remained trapped and crushed, the Predator took one last chance to kill its conqueror by activating a self-destruction device. Another reason for doing this was to ensure that Yaucha technology did not fall into the hands of others. The recording of the event was documented and closely studied by the Yaucha Society, and humanity was viewed as a tough and respected prey. Several years later, this new respect brought city hunters to Earth. The city hunters arrived during a scorching summer in Los Angeles and began to slaughter careless criminals in the city. He came with several predators on the mothership, but no one other than him participated in the killings. He was very interested in a detective named Harrigan from the start, and he witnessed Harrigan using his wits to defeat and kill several armed criminals. After defeating a Jamaican gang, the Predator pursued a Colombian gang. His first police victim was Detective Danny, who went to retrieve a spear from the crime scene. The people and the press did not know what was happening, and they referred to the elite hunter as a psychopathic legal defender because of his very gruesome style in killing lawbreakers. The most famous scene in the film is in the subway, when two police officers are trapped in a car with several criminals, a group of ordinary passengers carrying weapons and guns, and a killer alien. The scene helped make the late Bill Paxton one of only 2 people to be killed by Terminator, a Predator, and a xenomorph. The subway scene reveals one more thing about the Predator, which is that it does not kill unarmed people and gives a chance to pregnant women, a quite humane aspect for a creature of evil. Paxton's death speeds things up a little and makes Harrigan angry. After a small fight between Agent Key's men and the city hunters at the slaughterhouse, he escapes, and there begins the chase sequence between Harrigan and the Predator. Harrigan reaches the Yautja spaceship where he finally battles the alien in a fight that should have ended well. Inside the spaceship, we also see a xenomorph skull as a trophy among other skulls, connecting the aliens and Predators into the same universe. The Crucified Predator. It is clear that the Crucified Predator is not always crucified. Falconer and Berserker had once captured him near a waterfall. They tied him to a totem-like structure. He did try to escape from his captors, but they outnumbered him and the Crucified Predator. There is no match for the super predator that is so many. Then humans from the playground found him in a painful state lying on the ground at a totem pole. Seeing his condition, the human thought he was dead or about to die, but when one of them stabbed him with a minigun at 134, the Crucified Predator woke up and let out a loud roar that shocked and scared the humans there. Like, we have to go now. When the super predator began to attack the humans, one of the humans named Royce decided to make a deal with the Crucified Predator. Freedom in exchange for helping the humans get home. With the Predator's agreement, they used the gauntlet on his wrist for the Super Predator spaceship, but a Berserker approached the scene and a fierce battle occurred between him and the Crucified Predator after many attacks from the Scimitar and Plasmacaster. The Berserker finally managed to kill the crucified Yautja scout, who was one of the members of the Yautja group involved with Detective Harrigan in Predator 2. After he defeated the City Hunter Predator, they could see that Harrigan had defeated one of them in a very good fight. They all forgave him and collected the body of the City Hunter Predator. Additionally, the Scout did not have a major role in any sequences. The Scout left with their leader, Greyback, and others. Interestingly, the Scout's biohelmet is the same as the Greyback Forest Hunter Predator. Greyback, or the Gold Predator, is an old predator who came to Earth twice, first as a hunter and then as an elder overseeing the Los Angeles hunting group, and specifically the City Hunter Predator. After Harrigan killed the City Hunter Predator, Greyback and his Yautjas came to retrieve the body of their fallen warrior. Now, Greyback gives Harrigan an old pistol with the engraving Raphael Andolini, 1715. The history of this pistol dates back to 1718 when Greyback was still young and came to Earth to hunt humans. In 1718, a pirate captain named Raphael Andolini led his crew in raiding ships and boats, but he had a strong moral code not to rob church property. However, when his own crew wanted to steal a large amount of gold belonging to the church, the captain opposed them for violating his code of honor. Greyback witnessed this event as it happened and was impressed by Andolini's bravery, deciding to fight by his side, eliminating the entire crew. However, they knew that ultimately they would have to fight each other for the highest honor, and when the time came, that one of the men shot Andolini in the back at the last moment. Andolini handed his gun to the Predator and said, "Take it, Predator," and gave Andolini a combat stick and repeated the same words. Greyback had been looking for such a man who truly deserved the right to wield a firearm. Andolini Harrigan proved his mettle against the strong alien and became a man who earned the respect and honor of the Yautja. For Drew the Boar, born on a remote island on the home planet of the Yautjas called Yaucha Prime. Unlike other Yautjas, he was part of a subspecies. When he was young, his entire clan was brutally murdered by a rival Yautja clan. No one survived the attack except him and his brother. Of course, they relied on criminal activities like theft to survive and had once tried to steal something from Greyback themselves. However, instead of punishing the two, Greyback adopted them into his own clan and helped them lead a respectable life. Boar was one of the Yautjas who confronted Harrigan after he killed the City Hunter Predator. Surprisingly, he does not carry weapons, not even the typical wrist blades. Stalker, Guardian, Warrior, Shaman, and Boar are also present in the mothership that came to retrieve the City Hunter Predator, alongside Scout, Greyback, and Boar. Not much is known about the backstories of these guys, but we have some interesting facts for you here. If you look closely, Stalker's bio-helmet looks very similar to Boar's, earning him the title Baby Boar. The bio-helmet that Guardian wears was actually the one originally designed for the jungle Hunter Predator, but the design was rejected at the time and it was repurposed for Guardian Predators. It is known that predators have a reptilian-like skin, similar to that of crocodiles. However, the skin of the warrior has some interesting light blue patterns. Borg is one of the few predators who does not wear a bio-helmet in his first appearance. Did you know that several players from the Los Angeles Lakers played the roles of the hunting party? It became very difficult to find tall people to play various predators. So when a need arose, Danny Glover asked players from his favorite team to do the honor, and they happily agreed. And if you enjoyed our content, Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a nice day and stay safe. Thank you, everyone.